How's it going, everybody? Davros here at Foot Tech in Lubbock, Texas. We are going to be talking about the Mafate Speed 4. Having run every version of these, I definitely saw major changes over this last iteration. Starting off with the midsole. It's a lot softer. They're using their ProFly Plus right here. So right underneath your foot, you're gonna feel a marshmallow. It is soft as all get out. In comparison to the prior versions, it's considerably softer. Going into that green portion of the midsole, it's a little firmer, but still has a much softer feel than the previous iterations. The feeling you get with this is not like running in the Bondi or in the Speed Goat, which are two of their most popular shoes, obviously. Speed Goat obviously being the king on the trails in regards to popularity. This one's gonna have that softness, but still has a little bit more stability, I found, on foot. A long hauler, no doubt about it. You know, we're looking at something that could go 200 miler, 100 miler, 50 miler, 50K, whatever you like. This particular one, I've gone through about 62 miles, 100 kilometers so far. And I found the cushioning to be soft, but yet again, giving you that nice balance between having some stability, a slight bit of responsiveness, but much more plush, again. Looking at the outsole, they've kept up with the Vibram Mega Grip, but they're using their light base, which is roughly about 30% lighter. So it's a reduction in weight. It's a 5mm lug with a 4mm drop in the heel. So from ball to heel, you're looking at about a 4mm heel to toe differential. Grippy on all surfaces. I ran in wet, muddy conditions, dry, hard pack, trail, and everything in between. I even took it a little bit on the road, and I didn't have any issues whatsoever with grip. Vibram, of course, being the industry leader when it comes to your outsole, I really loved how it tackled every terrain with no issue. Moving into the upper, something I liked on their previous version that I saw they've used a couple of times is that extra stretch across the ball of your foot to your pinky toe, where your foot is at its widest. This one really has a nice stretch right through here, allowing the foot when swelling, especially on your longer distances, to really, you get good toe splay. The toe cap on it is protected, and the upper itself has a very snug yet roomy fit where you need it most. The collar, although cut a little bit lower, I found no issues with regards to heel slip. I personally like to use a runner's knot to lock that heel in place. I did, however, run the first 20 some odd miles without putting the runner's knot in there, just to kind of see if I would have any issues. There were none. Overall, I would say the Mafate Speed 4 is its best iteration. Again, it's the oldest shoe in its lineup. It's Hoka's very first shoe, and I'm not disappointed. I was very, very impressed on a personal note. There weren't a whole lot of things I didn't like about it. It was a little soft initially getting used to that. Obviously, having ran in its previous versions, I did find it to be quite different, especially when I first put it on foot. But when I started running miles and miles and miles in it, I didn't have any issue whatsoever. I think for having put 100K in it so far at 62 miles, this shoe is going to keep going and going and going. I haven't seen any major breakdown in the outsole or the midsole. The upper is still holding up like brand new. I intentionally didn't wash it on my last couple of runs just so you could kind of see. It's a tough shoe. It definitely leads itself for a little bit of a slower pace, although I did pick up the pace and I did some 7-8 minute miles in it as well, and didn't find that it disappointed whatsoever. The reality is you're probably going to be doing 10+ minute miles in this if you're running your hundreds, if you're running your 200s. And when you're just at those cruising paces or slower paces, depending on the individual, I found this shoe to really just do what it needs to do in all conditions. I'll continue to run in this shoe but I will be exploring other shoes here in the near future. Obviously, with the help of FootTech, I am extremely happy to be continuing to review shoes for them, and I'll be getting back to you guys soon. Thanks.